are listening to the Climate Alarm Clock podcast. Still to come this week, Anna wraps up the season's culture feature with Kaylee Crossan. But now it's time for the final instalment of our Birdwatch Ireland collaboration, and Ricky and Niall are mixing it up a bit this week.
Niall, this time I want to maybe turn it on its head and talk a positive climate change, perhaps you might look at it. And I want to talk about little egret. So why am I mentioning them in that context?
Well, when it comes to climate change and birds, there will always be winners and losers. And the little egret has been a winner. This is a bird which has colonised Ireland since the mid-1990s and is becoming very widespread here. And climate has played a big role in that. So to set the scene for the listeners, the little egret is a member of the heron family. So it's a large, long-legged bird with a long neck, pure white. So if people know the grey heron, it's like a slightly smaller all-white version of that with dark legs, and amazingly it's got these bright yellow feet as well. A long pointed beak which it uses to grab little fish and other creatures which it finds in the water. And that need to feed in water is one of the reasons why climate has been a limiting factor for this bird for so long, because they need access to unfrozen water throughout all 12 months of the year. And up until the middle part of the 20th century, thereabouts, this is a bird that was very much associated with the Mediterranean region of southern Europe and also Africa. But what happened was, over the course of the latter part of the 20th century, as average temperatures increased, this bird was able to spread further north without having to retreat back, because it used to be that the winters in places like France and Germany and those parts of Europe would be very cold. The ponds and the streams that this bird needed would freeze over, and so they'd have to retreat back down to the south again. But gradually what happened was, as the climate warmed, this bird could get toehold, start breeding in these new areas, and kept creeping further and further north until by 1997 they were breeding near to Youghal on the Cork-Waterford border. Since then they have spread all around the south and east coast of Ireland particularly, but they're found widespread now throughout the country. And it's a bird that looks like it's here to stay, because the new climate conditions are very much to its liking.
Yeah, no, it's amazing, and we're going to see more and more of that. Next up, guessing maybe you're looking at glossy ibis are showing up more and more all the time. We now have, great spotted woodpecker, Probius and climate driven, but we are getting colonizers all the time, so it's quite exciting, and it's amazing to see that sort of diversity, and things come and go, and things will always change, and we need to be able to adapt. And I suppose that is the key message of our series about birds, is that we need to adapt to what life's going to throw at us, and that's all we can do.
Yes, we need to make sure that we have the conditions and the habitats there that are going to benefit as wide a range of creatures as possible, because look, regardless of what measures are taken over the next few years, not to be too pessimistic about it, but climate change is a reality. The situation has already changed. We can't live in the past. We have to deal with pragmatically with the situation we find ourselves in. So making sure that these new colonists can still thrive, that they have a place in our ecosystem, I think that's really important too. And we're going to see more of this. As you said, birds like glossy ibises starting to colonize Ireland. Like, who would have thought that a few years ago? Like this is a warm weather bird from southern Europe. What's it doing here? Well, we're becoming a warmer country, and that's what's happening. So yeah, I think it just shows when we study bird populations, it tells us a lot about the effects of climate change, both good and bad.
Thanks so much to Ricky Whelan and Niall Hatch for adding their expertise to this season of the Climate Alarm Clock. If you did like their segments on our podcast, make sure to check out their own podcast, In Your Nature. And if you want to support the work they do, you can become a member of Birdwatch Ireland. Coming up next on the Climate Alarm Clock, it's our culture feature with Anna and Kaylee Crossan.